Are you so happy to be home? Can you believe we made it? It's 5 a.m. That's crazy. Can't believe it. Oh my goodness. What's up, guys? Hello. We're so excited. Did you have a good house sitting? Good house sitter? Huh? Oh, I'll tell you why we didn't get home till 5 a.m. when we wake up in the morning, afternoon, whenever we wake up. One thing I'll give credit to North Carolina for is it wasn't 95 degrees when we loaded this trailer. So I gotta unload it. And it's hot. It's super hot in Florida. But it's supposed to start thunderstorming in like 30 minutes. So I gotta get all this stuff out of here. Good afternoon. We slept a solid 6 hours, so. All right. Let's sweat. It's not the weight, it's the awkwardness. Hey, matches this. Trailer's gone, but now we have a mess on the patio. Half of that stuff's going in Isaiah's room, so that's not a big deal. I'll be done with that before, this afternoon. I'm gonna go ahead and get him all set up. A good bit, get him. He can decorate his own. He would like to decorate his own place.
I told him that he and I could go pick out some decor when he's ready.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna hang like his disco ball and stuff.
Oh yeah.
For him. I'm gonna do that. I don't want him putting holes in the walls. He's just not super experienced with it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't mind him putting holes in the wall.
She's been dying for this, and I told her she could have it with lunch.
You can have a Sprite, sweetie. Let me get you some ice in a cup, though. Okay, so yesterday, we're like, okay, gosh. So yesterday, we were like, we're going home. No matter what, we're going home. It's happening. Don't care what time we get done. We ended up getting done until 8 p.m. It's just, there's all these little things that you don't think about. Yeah. Priscilla ran to Lowe's to pick up an order that I had placed for locking doorknobs because you have to have an owner's closet, with you have supplies and stuff. You don't want the guests to have access to all the supplies because if you've got 12 towels, they're going to use 12 towels. We have a lot more than 12 towels, but you know what I mean. So had to get locking doorknobs, had to get a lock box just in case the batteries go out in the keypad or something, and we got to let them in. So I had to mount a lockbox to the front porch. Just so many things. We had to organize with our cleaner, and we have more stuff getting delivered there Sunday, and we have to get that unloaded. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's full-time gig when you're. What am I looking for? A cup. Thank you. Yeah. When you're getting started, so many questions about what we're doing. We'll share more on another channel, because I think it's just a better place for it. We'll share more, as far as the details and stuff. But a lot of this stuff, you gotta let me get the ice.
Okay, hold on.
A lot of this stuff is gonna be automated and set up that we can do remotely. A huge question was like, how are you guys gonna manage, from Florida? And there are actually automations in place, and it's not too hard, actually. There are short-term rental owners all over the country with properties in completely different states. Like it's a thing. Different countries, yeah. It's a thing. It's definitely a big thing. Don't worry. You got y'all know how we kind of operate with stuff. Like there's this really cool resource called YouTube. You should check it out. And you get lots of information from there. So like how to wire a 4-wire fan and do a 3-wire in the ceiling, stuff like that. Did that quite a bit. You have a meeting?
I do.
Okay. We're gonna drink Sprite and hang out with cool kids, and then we're gonna go pollinate. I'm gonna talk about your experience with traveling and everything. Okay. Thanks for the nod of approval. Appreciate you. So this trip was so much fun. So much fun. Not just like it's super fun to decorate a house. Like that's a good time. But I mean, with my family, like we had a really good time. Like I was talking to, who was I talking to? Talking to my mom. No, talking to my dad. and tell them about when we got the food table in, and then like we put it together and how long it took and all that, and then we like immediately played a game in our pajamas. We hadn't gotten out of our pajamas yet as a family, you know, stuff like that. Just, I had a really good time, and part of that was Abigail's being able to adapt to an environment. Yeah. Because she hasn't spent a lot of time there, you know, in that house.
That was like our second or third time there.
Right. And the fact that she was sleeping upstairs. Yep. Right? And then we moved her down, and she, like, within one night, she was acclimated downstairs. And then she would, the first night down there, if you guys remember, she was apprehensive about being down there. She just kept looking up at the ceiling, and she didn't care for it very much. And then she spent the rest of the time we were there downstairs. Like, part of that was because we had her helping us, and it was if we were upstairs, she would go downstairs to avoid that because she knew it was too much work for us to go down there and get her and then to come up. And so part of it was that, but she definitely became super comfy downstairs. So being able to get acclimated to a space, and that's a big deal. And you know, we always encourage people to try things and do things, right? And this is all going somewhere. Bear with me. To go and do and try. We always encourage that because you never know how it's going to turn out. It could be an absolute crap show, or it could be amazing. You have a great time with your family, and that's usually how it turns out for us. Is that it turns out pretty good. On occasion, we have, you know, like, well, that sucked. You know, Abbie's flown on 4 airplanes. Only one of them was a bad experience, right? 2 connecting flights, so 4 airplanes. Only 1 airplane was a bad experience. That's 75% success rate. That's pretty good, you know? Now, what did that do to us? That was like, okay, we are never flying again with her. But that may change because she's a totally different person than she was, you know, 5 years ago. So we'll see. Not saying we're jumping on a plane. I'm just saying, try things, do things. So the Airbnb thing, it's funny how we didn't get into Airbnbs because we're an autism family. But we use Airbnbs because we're an autism family. Yeah. So that's how we originally started using Airbnbs, because we're like, well, you know, in a hotel room, we have to be like, you can't yell, you can't, you know, you got to be quiet, you can't stomp on the floor. You know, it's super stressful because she can't be herself. Right. And like that, you know, is difficult.
Well, she didn't have a place either, like a place that she could go and take a break if she needed it.
Right. Everybody's all in one room in a hotel for the most part, unless you're in a suite, and then you're still all in one room. And then the price of it for what you get, obviously, for a full family of grown folk, you know, all 4 of us. So our first real Airbnb experience was in California, when we flew to California.
I feel like we did it before then, but that was when we did it with the Wee family.
Right, but being able to have like our own house, our own fenced-in backyard with a pool, you know, and 2 children on the autism spectrum there that could have their own space like that. You know, B would be on one couch, Abbie would be on the other. You know, it was fantastic, and that's when we really kind of like, okay, Airbnb, VRBO, whatever you're doing, like that it's the way to go. Yeah. So it's kind of cool that it full circle, like we're opening an Airbnb. You know, again, that doesn't have anything to do with like servicing the autism community or anything like that. This is just something that Priscilla and I have wanted to do. We want to have many more Airbnbs as well. But I don't know. I was thinking about that today. I was like, how cool is that? Like that being available really helped us be able to travel. Yeah. So, because that's a huge thing. Having that house to go back to, that home base, the condo, the apartment, whatever you got. Yeah. The yurt. Do you know they have yurts on Airbnb? They have glamping on Airbnb. It's pretty cool. Tree houses. I want to build a tree house.
Oh my gosh.
Come on. I hung 3 ceiling fans. I am a handy fellow. I can build a tree house.
I feel like that's different.
I built a tree house when I was a kid.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. So, anyway, that was my thought of the day. Traveling was great, but you're glad to be back home, huh? Are you smiling under there? Isaiah's at camp right now. He's lifeguarding. What does he have on his head?
He's not actually lifeguard. So.
Oh, they're doing training still this week.
Yeah. And so, they were doing all kinds of activities and stuff, but then yesterday they got like a downtime day. Right. But then they were practicing lifeguarding and doing wheelchair lifts for people who will be in wheelchairs. So they were practicing how to move them from the wheelchair to the swimming pool.
Gotcha.
So he was
He'll
on
be home
lifeguard duty.
tomorrow night, though, right?
Yeah. And then he starts next week.
Yeah. And Abbie goes, you don't go for a little while. Okay, you're going to go pick up groceries. Priscilla's a changed woman. She's a grocery picker-upper now. She discovered picking up things, ordering and picking up.
Now, I'm frustrated because I'm trying to add things to my order with, where am I shopping? Publix. And I don't know how to do it. So I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah, that's...
I gotta put my bathing suit over it.
No, you're not going to go in your bathing suit?
Yeah.
Your two-piece? Like, here's your tip, buddy.
Oh my gosh.
Take a picture to last longer.
Do you have a noisy toilet? I'm here to help you.
If you have a noisy child, I can't assist, but this is the noisiest. That's normal. That's outrageous. When you flush toilet at night and somebody else is sleeping, it's obnoxious. So this is what's coming out. You just unthread it from the bottom. You might need a bucket. I did. I got one of those space-saving toilet flusher valve riser things. So there was still water in there. Even when I turned the water off and flushed it. Oh yeah, don't forget to turn the water off. That's really important. Let's do it. Okay, it's in there. Now I'm gonna turn it on. Check for leaks. Please don't leak. Make me look like an idiot. No leaks. Here's before. And this is after. Considerably better. Not all heroes wear capes, Priscilla.
No.
No, some just replace toilet flush valves.
Not this one that I just used. I'm all in here washing my hands.
Sorry. The timing was perfect. You just went potty. I fixed a potty. You know?
That one, though.
No, there's nothing wrong with that one. That one's fine.
May not be a popular opinion, but I'm not a fan of the Publix pickup.
Okay.
Sorry, Publix. They have like Instacart people shopping the order, then the Publix people bring it out, but like I couldn't add items, and the guy that was shopping was kind of rude. I'm like, not a good first impression.
No.
And why do you have to put my name on every single bag? That seems like a waste, right?
Yeah. Wow, it's like...
Yeah. Not a fan. There you go. Real life review.